Hey guys, welcome to to a new Let's Play. Turbo Skater 2 on Game Boy Advance. Yep, we're doing this, and well, we'll check out the options first. Got the sound, which I will not turn down. I'm gonna turn out the songs, because you know, 8-bit. Got a few things like trick zoom and kid mode, but we got the usual options, including the gap checklist, which is here, which means gotta do the gaps. But first, it's a tutorial here, so might as well. Let's play it. Okay, move forward, melee, turning, B the jump, and yeah, we'll just jump over this. A is the grind. Get balance to doing that, and alright. So yeah, simple enough, but seeing as how it's 2 buttons, how exactly do you do grabs and flips? Oh, it's a lot better than the fucking N64 version, which all you have to do is press L or R. L is for flips and R is for grabs. Simple as that. And of course, you can manual by doing this. Simple as. And of course, telling you to collect items such as skate. But yeah, the one problem I have with this game is, well, you're seeing it right now. It's in that isometric angled view that some GBA games do. But hey, we did tutorials, now it's time for career mode. And yes, we'll be doing the entirety of career mode. Here's Tony Hawk, but here's all the other characters. While Burnquist, Steve Cabello, you can tell that they look very, very low quality. And it's because it's GBA and it's all pixelated. But look pretty good, don't you think? For a GBA game. Definitely look 3D. But yeah, when it comes right down to it, that's the one problem I have with this one. It's the fact it's an angled, isometric 2.5D thing. But hey, Hangars first, and we've already done the Hangar before, but it's slightly different. And by slightly, I mean a lot. Considering this is in a fixed camera and all, that means a lot of changes were made. For instance, there is a bit of a difference in the location of some things. The secret tape is no longer in this area, nor is there going to be a bunch of lights we can grind on. And it's really hard to know where to jump. But as you can see, not much is different. You know, you got that, you got the plane here. But the plane is not actually activated when you grind on it like this. You get a gap, which doesn't happen, but you don't actually get any kind of animation or anything. It's just there. Yeah, there's not much. And there's no lights there. There's no point trying to like go up there and do some kind of grind there or anything like that. You don't have to do any kind of trickery dickery bullshit, luckily. But there are a few changes, like there's a giant fucking rail up there. It's really difficult to get up to. I'm not even kidding. And the secret tape has also been moved. There's a few moves. There's a few more cash around. Outside of that, this place is very different, and yeah, it's pretty cool. There's no cash in the area where the fans are, and the fan room is still there. You grind over here and you get the wind tunnel available, but it's not actually there. Remember when that place was where you had to go out the back and you know, there's the tape and it's outside and everything? Well, they switched it. Remember the wind tunnel was where the animation happens with the fan and all and it opens up? Well, now it's in that room over there, as you can see from the arrow that's just now appeared. And I have to just go and not jump, which I'm not doing correctly because I'm an idiot. There we are. Here it is. There is no outside area. Just letting you know, there's absolutely none. But yeah, gives us a little nice little animation of, you know, the goals, and lets us know what the goals are in that little page there. And the high score is piss easy. Yeah, the high score is very easy to deal with, but yeah, it's just one fucking attempt, and we haven't gotten everything yet. Still have to get all the pilot wings, get all the barrels, get all the skate. And it's all normal, really. Nothing too different with the goals, it's just the same stuff from before. Now the GBA version does have its own different levels. For instance, there's only 6 levels as far as I know, including the warehouse, which, well, was a PC only thing, but now it replaces, shit, what was it again? It replaces the 4th level, which I believe was New York. So New York isn't really in this, unless I'm thinking of the beach place. Anyway, as you can see, getting through a lot of this. A lot of the gaps are still here too. However, because of the change in scenery, that means a lot of the gaps haven't also changed. But for the most part, a lot of them are the same. So, you know, do the same shit as before. None of the gaps have also been lowered by a lot. So there's a lot less gaps in this game. So, that means these are going to be shorter parts. But, hey, at least you get to see stuff like me struggling to get this one piece of cash. Trust me, it gets worse. It gets much harder. Because this is actually harder than the normal game because it's very different. I mean, not only do you have to deal with, well, you know, this viewpoint, you know, being all angled and such, making it really difficult to do things like lip tricks and stuff because you gotta deal with this viewpoint. But it also makes getting to certain grinds and such very difficult when they're in the middle and not on the side or anything like that. It actually makes this very difficult to land many combos and tricks, and yeah, I don't really have much fun of it. I actually tried it out before, and trust me, it took me a lot more attempts to beat this one level in this game. This really is a harder version than the first game, in the first version we did, which was the PS1 version. So it's the PC version, and 64 version, even the controls sucked in that version, you know, very different. And of course, getting used to controls is very different because, you know, you don't actually do things like flips and grabs and such with, you know, square and circle because it's just B and A. So it's much better that they put it onto just, you know, the right and left triggers. Which I do believe the N64 version has right and left triggers, which is why I don't get why they didn't use that, and they had to resort to the C buttons, which didn't work at all. But this is a lot better than the Turbo Skater 1 GB version, where yeah, it was very, very cheap and shitty. There's no races, which kind of sucks, but hey. You know, you get the normal Turbo Skater here. And to me, I think that's pretty cool. Anyway. I want to get that cash up there. You have to, yeah, you have to do that. Basically, when you get up there, you don't actually have to do the boneless. You have to wait until you're in the air and then do the boneless. It's a lot harder to pull off. And even then, you can just make it sometimes. You can just make it. But you won't. You get very far, but you'll be way off the mark sometimes. Oh, and you have to be very straight, which, considering the angle, is very hard to do. And there I go, pressing the wrong button, because I'm so used to interacting with shit with the X button, which I have put in as the button for jumping, because that's what it was like in the actual game. I mean, what I could have done was, considering A is grinding, I could have put that as a triangle button, but I put that as in the square button, because screw that, I'm not putting it as a triangle button. And I screwed that up, but hey, I got the cash, and I got all the cash, so might as well just go ahead and get the final thing, which is the secret tape. We haven't actually explored the wind tunnel much, so we might as well go with that. Let's just get over here, jump over that. I'm glad I don't have to mute the game, because, you know, music scenes are alright, I don't have to worry about copyright. This series got copyright 8-bit music, I'm gonna get pissed. And look, there's the tape. It's now over there where the cache is. By the way, there's no cache in this room. Absolutely none. But it is kind of difficult to actually get this tape. There's a few gaps here. You know, the same ones, flip tricks and all. But there's a new gap here. A wall ride gap. We didn't really get much wall ride gaps in this game. I mean, we got a wall ride gap in Marsilli. And we got a wall ride gap in Skater Heaven. And I think that's it. I don't think we actually got another wall ride gap. Well, in this game, manual and wall ride gaps seem to be a lot more prominent. Because here there's a wall ride gap that is actually not in the first game. You have to take a wall ride on here, jump all the way over there for the blown away. Now, if only that was in the actual game. But hey, we're playing the GBA version, and it is tougher to deal with than the PS1 version or the PC version, anything like that. But hey, we did it! We're done with Hangar. And now I'm going to upgrade my stats, as well as have Tony Hawk take over all the leaderboard. So, for stats, he's Ollie sucks. Let's upgrade that. Oh, by the way, you cannot create a skater in this one. There's no create a skater, which sucks, but hey, what can you do? Considering it's a GBA version, there's no videos either, so, I wonder what our reward's going to be. Well, anyway, we have gaps to deal with, so which means I have to go to the gap checklist. So, as you can see, there's now only 24 gaps, and there's new kinds of gaps, but the newest type of gap is one that you'll be seeing soon. As you can see, there's a few we already know of. There's some new ones, but the new one is what you're about to see over here, lines. What lines are is basically a combo gap, where you have to start and go to the end, which is actually really, really difficult for this game, because you have to be pretty much perfect with it. You see these in the demos if you wait long enough, but we'll not be seeing them, we're doing ourselves. So as Tony Hawk, we're going to get the gaps right now. You already know the one, the other half pipe one, you know, there you go. There's some new ones here too. For instance, if you jump over here all the way over there, you get the, oh, we already got that one before, yeah, over the door, that's all one too. But this one's new. Grind up here, and then drop down and grind on the ramp for the kamikaze drop. Then grind up here, and then take a grind all the way, make sure you get your speed and such, to the top rail on the other side for the no-fly zone. And then our next one, you can either jump over here and grind on stats for the rail-guided missile you got before in the actual game, or we can go over there, jump over there, and grind over there for the same thing. Now it's time for the line gap, which I had to restart the game for. Go over here and jump over this, then take a manual and make sure you get enough speed to grind that. Grind it all the way and jump over there, then take a manual, then grind onto that airplane for HP's chopper line. It's harder than it looks. But yeah, that's all the gaps. These ain't gonna be long parts, they're gonna be pretty short, and quite frankly I'm glad they're gonna be short because this isn't a very long game. It's like 6 levels as far as I know. That's the secret levels, which we'll see soon. But for now, that's the gap checklist, and that is the hangar. So, now we've done all the gaps here, as well as the new ones, like the line and all that such. I believe it's time for the next one, which, what we're doing next time. You know, there's a few skaters we haven't actually played as yet. I don't think we played as Andrew Reynolds yet. So, next time, as Andrew Reynolds, we'll be doing School 2. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.